Hello, welcome to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we are continuing the technical and death metal week with a band called OBSCURA. We've had quite a few requests for this one from people such as Isis Rodriguez, Pengu, Afterlife Tattoo Studio, Roland Weigert, Rumpum Diluvium, Ulysses Hernandez, and Rajanbem. And there was kind of a mixed bag of what I should react to. But Diluvium was kind of the standout. There's a couple requesting Diluvium. So we're going to go with that one. And right off the bat, I like to point this out just because I really appreciate when, I don't know if it's the band's choice to do it or the director of the music video, but the aspect ratio of this is 235:1 rather than 16:9, which is what a lot of music videos are shot in, which is the size of your computer monitors and TVs and a lot of your cell phones. I guess cell phones have kind of gone ultra wide these days. But anyways, it's the cinematic theatric aspect ratio, and it just kind of shows a little bit of attention to detail, I think. The director or the band thinks the music video is worthwhile of a theatric aspect ratio, kind of seen more on the sides. So something that just kind of sticks out, shows that the band kind of goes above and beyond here. I also saw Relapse Records, which is their record label, has a pinned comment that says Germany's progressive death metal masters OBSCURA complete their long-running four-album conceptual cycle with the release of Diluvium. And I gotta tell you, that is intimidating. I'm jumping into the end of a four-album concept. A four-album concept album. Yeah, that's, this might not be the best song to start with, but I guess we'll check out some of their newer stuff. That is what was highly requested. So, let's get into this. Let's see what these guys got. Real nice breaks there. Ooh. We got some arpeggiation going on. That's a very big bass tone. Nice syncopation with the entire band joining in there. Is the guitarist the lead singer? Got some blast beats going on. Crazy bass kicks there. This riff, everything here is just crazy. That drummer's just insane. Yep, we've lost a beat here. We're like in 7/8. And I think that was a bit slower than we were in That is a fat bass sound. Seriously. I like the guitar tone in that last section too. Interesting. A little bit of a tempo shift there. Guitar tone shift. Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of hoping we would stick with that mellow a bit longer, but really interesting choice to do that for the end of the solo. Interesting, abrupt ending there. Alright, so, I enjoyed that. One thing I really want to point out, I wanted to point it out when it was happening, but I also didn't want to speak over the guitar solo. I think it's really interesting that he chose to be very restrained in the opening of the guitar solo, at least like the first 16 bars or something. I really thought it was going to be a really restrained solo overall, and then he started shredding a bit. But I really like how he chose to showcase his musicianship in the opening riffs of the song, just kind of saying, look, I can do this. Y'all don't need to doubt me. I got these taps, I got these arpeggiations, I got these sweeps. But when it came time for him to have the spotlight, he continued the story. The story of the song was more important than him showing off. He already showed that he could do what he needed to do to, well, let me see. He already showed off what he could do. This is the height of my skill. I got these techniques. But right here, even though I have the spotlight, I'm not the focus of the song. It's not about me, it's about the music. And the music demands something a little more restrained right here. And I really appreciate that. He ended up doing a bit of shred near the end of the solo, but it wasn't dominated. He could have just tore it up the whole time, and it would have been a very traditional guitar solo of, I have the spotlight, watch me play. But he put the song above himself, and I gotta respect that. That's just good stuff right there. I don't really think I need to point out. I will, but I don't think I need to point out just the raw technical musicianship of everybody in the band. The singers just got that strong growl. It's deep. It hits. It's wide. It's got a lot of power behind it. I'm sure it fits the thematic elements of the song lyrically. The guitarist, which I think is also the lead singer, which is even more impressive, was just tearing it up with, like I said, the sweeps, the arpeggiations, the tapping, just everything. The bassist had these really dirty bass lines, and then the drummer just blast beating and double bassing the whole time. The chops just to play this track once is it's insane. And the fact that he probably plays songs just like this on the rest of the album, he goes out and does this live for 30, 40 minutes. It's just, that's just ridiculous. Um, yeah, real good stuff. The music really reminded me of, um, kind of bits of Human Abstract, especially more in the like math rock kind of, play two notes and then stop and play three notes and stop, and those awkward breaks that kind of chop up these musical riffs. Uh, the Human Abstract's done stuff like that before. It kind of gave me a vibe in that, especially even their guitar tones were similar at times. So I got a Human Abstract vibe from here, which I dig. Human Abstract's one of my favorite bands ever. But I I know I probably sound like a broken record doing death metal this week, but the vocals, man, it's just I appreciate them for what they are. I'm sure they add character and personality to the song itself. The lyrics maybe match up with the roughness, the harshness of the vocals, but it's not going to be something I can listen to on a daily because of them. I'm sure maybe I might be able to get to a point where I can listen to stuff like this just, out of the blue. Hey, I'm digging some Obscura, let's put that on. But I would really love an instrumental track, and I know that's probably like real big blasphemy. I don't even like really saying it. I feel like every instrument is important to a song. If you remove the vocals from this song, it is a different song. But if I were to just get in my car and head to the store or something, I would probably prefer an instrumental track, because I really love the instrumental parts. I love the instrument tones. I love the way everything's. I need to talk about the synergy. All right, so I think it was the opening verse. The drums, the guitars, and the vocalists all lined up in their rhythmic patterns, and it was these short, abrupt bursts of notes, followed by quick half beat of silence, and then another short set of notes, and it was just it was done so well, so good. There was a lot of those little synergized syncopation sections throughout the song, and it's just it's their bread and butter. I think it kind of fits in that math rock idea that the band, I think, uses, and they just pull it off so well. It's good stuff. So yeah, that's Obscura, Diluvium. I dig it. I dig it. I'd like to see what else they have. I don't know if I'd want. Yeah, just hit me up with anything else they have. Whether this is whether something similar to this, or maybe something a little different. Maybe they got like a 13-minute epic. Maybe they have a 3-minute kind of radio track. I mean, I can't imagine these guys having something a little more accessible, but I think that'd be pretty funny to listen to. Kind of see how technical masters can make something a little more approachable without giving up their identity. I mean, that's a pretty big task. I'd like to see someone tackle that. I'd like to see Obscura tackle that. Yeah, so let me know if they got anything like that. Let me know what you thought of this band if you hadn't heard of them before. I feel like this is pretty accessible death metal. We've listened to some really rough stuff this week, even rough stuff last week. I think we did a death metal band at the end of last week. Yeah, though. So I think the music really helped this one out. It wasn't as brutal as some of the other stuff we've listened to. Even though the vocals were pretty rough. I think this is pretty accessible death metal, technical death metal. I don't know where this lines up, but I think it's more accessible than some of the other death metal we've listened to. So do you fall into that camp, or is this still too far out there for you? And while you're down there in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you'd like to influence the songs that are on this channel. Make sure you check out my Patreon, patreon.com/criticalreactions. And you can vote on the upcoming themes and bands that I listen to. So, alright, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. as usual. Until then, y'all stay safe and have a fantastic day.